Okay. Well, we still got a little light. Thought it would be too dark. Got a little. It's nice and cool. I think it's 60 degrees, 61, something like that. Calm, peaceful as always. All the kids are gone in. All the trees are changing. Look at all the fall colors back there. I don't like the forest. We can take a forest walk, but I don't like the forest. So we're not doing that. But nice. I like the color changes. Looks like nature. That's what it looks like. Bugs. Hi, Nikki. I just don't want to go in the forest part. I'll stick to the street. I'll look at it from here. But it is nice to be outside, though. I've been inside all day. It's nice to be outside. I left my knife at home. It's usually with me too. But I got my ninja stick today, so we'll do. It's got a pointy end too. Now, I said, hi sunflower. I said I would come out after I ate up a bunch of stuff. Said I'd come out, do the walk before I lost the light. I think it's 61 here, I think. Before I lost the light, I'd come out, do the walk, or at least until the wet t-shirt contest started, because now it's starting to rain. It's been threatening all day. It didn't rain till I went outside. But that's all right too, because it's not a heavy rain, so it's not like I need the bumper shoot or nothing, but there's definitely some water. Hi, Dove Girl. I wanted to go though before all the dog walkers came out. When that's raining for real. You can hear it now. Can you hear the rain? My only thing is now the phone gets wet. Like I can walk in the rain. I mean, like I'm going anywhere. So I just didn't want the phone wet. But well, Because I ain't going back home to get no umbrella. We're out here. And it's only going to be maybe an hour anyway. I got some readings and stuff to do. And that's raining for real. It's all right. Our first walk in the real rain with no bomber suit. You don't have anything for the phone. I'm not going back home for the umbrella because that's kind of out of the way now. It did not start raining. I mean, it's been doing this all day with the clouds and carrying on until I start walking. Well, actually, until I went live because I was out here walking somewhere or like walking to my spot where I start walking. And then when I went live is when it starts raining. But oh well. I love the rain. The phone might not like it so much, but it's all right. We'll deal with it. But it's nice to look up in the hills and kind of see the haze of the rain. The phone won't catch it because it's too high, but or it's behind buildings. I can see it from my vantage point anyway. Now it's not raining. Oh no, I'm under a tree. Never mind. No, it's not raining. Okay. Up the hill it's raining. Down here it's not. Oh. But I love it. It's peaceful. Got your nature sounds in the back. Little light rainfall. God, sprinklers came on is all. The trees are changing. I'll take it. It's kind of on this phone. It's full of water. They should. They should all be water resistant. Like this phone costs eight. All right. I keep doing that. I leave the house when the Wi-Fi is on, and then it disconnects, and then it keeps trying to reconnect to it, but I'm too far. There we go. We're good now. It's a light better this way. Yes, it's better this way. You can see more trees. I was gonna go live earlier for the walk down the street, but I put a post on the community page. There was a bunch of kids out here, and if you have a kid in your video, then YouTube can technically even take down your whole channel because they got fined and all that stuff. It's that whole long story. But I was like, it was a nice thing to see though, because they were all different races, all different skin tones anyway, and they were just playing, screaming and hollering, yelling, running, skateboarding, just having the greatest of times. And I had this just kind of woo-saw moment to where it's like, gonna be all right. The future, I mean, they're little kids. I don't know how old they are, but, probably 8, 9, 10, 11, somewhere around in there. And what they look like doesn't matter. Not to them. They're content with just being in each other's company, with being allowed to even be kids in the first place. Um, oh, my chat wasn't on. Sorry. Hi, for those who came in. Like, they were just playing. It was just a real beautiful thing to see. They didn't care about each other's color. They didn't care who lived where and who had what. And they weren't looking at each other's shoes and hairstyles and I have this, you don't. They were just playing. That's all they wanted, was just to be kids. And they were in a position where they were allowed to be kids and they all got along. They were just playing. Like, that's our future right there. I think we're going to be all right. Because they'll be fine until adults get involved and then, whatever. But these same group of kids, when I looked out there and looked at them, I seen them, I think it was a week and a half ago or somewhere 2 weeks or something like that. They were all sitting on this little bench area. It's like a little park type thing. And they were all doing homework. Like, they had books and book bags. They were all sitting out doing homework. Now, mind you, there's like it's a little park area in the buildings and stuff that they live in. So I'm pretty sure, somebody's close by watching them and stuff. But they were all sitting there together doing homework. There's like 4 of them. And I'm like, this is our future. They will be all right. We will be all right. They have some sort of little friendship and agreement that, hey, we get home from school, we all come out, we're doing our homework together. With no grown people around. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they were watching because they were in the middle of their complex, but they're all just together. Community. That's what it's about. That's what they got. It's like 2 white boys and 1 black girl, and then another girl. I'm not sure if she is, I think she's Indian. She's Middle Eastern or some sort, but they were all sitting there just doing homework. Nobody's race and social economic standing had anything to do with it. Like, this is what you want to see. This is exactly what you want to see. And nobody's parents had any problem with it. Go out and play, be with your friends. That's what you want to see. So we will be all right. Oh, here comes the rain again. Said I'd be out here for about an hour. That's what I told myself. Or until the wet t-shirt contest started, and there it is again. Oh well. It's just a little rain. It's cold rain too, which I love. I like this tree. I'm gonna have to come take a picture of it one day. Ooh, somebody pruned it very well. Yeah, keep them away from the TV. Let them, and I guess this is part of that. They were outside playing. Like, kids can't do that anymore. It's all screens or iPads, and then again, you're always afraid somebody's going to take them too, because they're around where I live. They live way down the street. Now, there's strength in numbers. It's enough of them to where I think they'll be all right. And we live in a safe area, but they were allowed to go be kids. That's what I liked. Because so much of that youth and that inspiration and imagination is kind of stifled because they can't go outside. They can't explore. They can't wander. There's all screens and iPads and click this and swipe left and all that. And like I say, I understand, sort of. We live in a world where people take people's kids. But I think these will be all right. Try to keep the light here. My shirt is bright enough, Aunt. It'll give us some light. The next generation will be a great one, I think. They have a lot more advantages. Technology is a whole lot different from when I was born. Responsibilities are too. That's where the statistics and the stress comes in. Who can keep up, who can hold up, because the world's going to be a much different place when they hit their 30s, 30 years from now. I can't imagine. But throughout time, we've always improved, though, I will say. This is why I always say the world's not a bad place. We have some bad people and some bad moments, sure, but we improve on things. You know, we live in a time where you can actually cure diseases and even do research for it, extensive research. So things will improve. And I'm sure they'll look back, just like we do now, and say, what in the world were y'all thinking? What were you doing? Remember when you used to smoke on airplanes? Recirculated air? Like, you just kind of look back and think, what were y'all doing? What were y'all thinking back then? Y'all used to drink bleach to get rid of viruses? What are you doing? Yeah, we did. Some of us. They died quickly after, but, it worked. Virus is dead, so are you, but the virus is dead. It's all gone. There it is. Me too. I love, not the wires, but I love the gray sky. The rain is going back and forth. I think it's following me. It was raining up here. I'm on top of the hill now. It was raining up here. Then when I went down the hill, it wasn't raining. And then I did a little circle. Then it started raining. Then I come back up the hill. Now it's not raining. So it's either moving that way or it's going to follow me back up here. But either way, hi Keisha. Hi Crazy Cat Lady. I love it. This tree just fell over. There's another one in there. Some deer that come sort of grazing down there sometimes. Now I know that up above here, past these trees and things, there's a road back there, but I don't, because I can hear a car going up that way sometimes, but I don't know what's past that. I don't know if there's more trees or if there's homes or whatever, but the deer come from that way too. So it might be trees on both sides or something. I don't know. We'll see one day when I go over there, but I'm not walking amongst the trees. I don't know if it's the same one, but it's always 3 deer that come down. And it's so interesting. Among the green leaves, they camouflage just perfectly with the brown coat. Like you can't even see them half the time. I don't know why moving here made me think of nature so much, but I couldn't stand it. Maybe because it's a more peaceful nature. This feels like nature. Florida felt like the beach. I'm not a beach person. There was sand everywhere. This has got grass and ground and dirt and greenery. Florida was palm trees and sand and sticker bushes. This is peaceful. They're in there somewhere too. The little deers. Back up and through there. There's a little, I guess, a small little trail you can go walking if that's your thing. Or it is not mine, so we're not going. It's always 3. One's older than the other 2, because the other 2 eat without lifting their head, which means they're not cautious or not cautious. And then the other one, probably the mother or so, she's cautious. She's always looking. You were making black seed oil? Ain't you fancy? There's a bunch of chipmunks. I guess those are chipmunks. I'm assuming so. The little brown with the black stripes on the back. I'm assuming that's chipmunks. They're really small. They're way smaller than squirrels. Now this thing keeps wanting to fall. Oh, there's some more little berries. Full of spider webs too. Y'all stay y'all behind out here. all the trees that are down through there, all up through there. There's a bunch that just falling over. It's another one. It's a bigger one. It's like it's snapped in half. It looks like it comes off the top of another one and just probably fell in the street and they just threw it back in there. And then it's got vines wrapped around it too. Nature finds a way to use nature, that's for sure. Oh, it's got little vines going through here too, all the way up in there. I'm David Attenborough of trees all of a sudden. But it's not raining, so that's a good thing. I was taking me a walk because I went and I've been overdosing on hot chocolate for the past 2 days now. Man, Jen bought me some hot chocolate and some peppermint because she takes her hot chocolate and she puts, or she kind of stirs it with her peppermint stick. So I, of course, you know me being extra, I boiled some milk. I put the hot chocolate in it. And then I took the peppermint and I just dropped it in there. And I took another one and then I stirred it around with that one. But man, I have been on I think I drank more hot chocolate than I ate anything. I've just been on a hot chocolate kick. But it's really good though. David Attenborough is young at heart. He has that enthusiasm and that exuberance that will keep him young forever. It's kind of like every time I hear Robert Irvin, is his name Robert Irvin? It's the baby. What's the baby's name? Is it Robert? I think it is. He always sounds, hi Jace, he always sounds young. And he looks it too. I mean, even his voice is deeper, he's taller. Like we watched the child grow up, but he still seems like a little kid. In a good way, not in a diminishing his manhood way, but in a good way. He just seems like he's sweet. And I think that's what it is. He's just a sweet kid. He cares about what he's doing. It shows up in what he's doing. He looks like he gives a crap, and it's sweet. Oh, mint does sound good in it, like a chocolate mint instead of just a peppermint. But yeah, peppermint is good too. Like she bought some good stuff. Like she ain't got me nothing, you know. She ain't gonna give me no Starlight mints from the Dollar Tree. These were, and when okay, now the peppermint when I took it out, see how happy I am to talk about something to eat. Jesus, the peppermint when I opened the container, it had the most fantastic smell. It wasn't, mind you, but it almost smelled kind of like a vanilla peppermint type of thing. To where the peppermint it had a more warming smell than it did just peppermint, which is, I love the smell of peppermint anyway. But it had like if it was called warm peppermint, it would make more sense than just being called peppermint, if that makes sense at all. But yeah, I love all of that. The peppermint, the hot chocolate. I've been drinking the crap out of it. Have me some as soon as I get back to the house. That'll be my dessert. So it was fantastic. We start, if all goes well, at the same time every Sunday. It'll be 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. That's when we start. And that's every Sunday. Now, when we go live throughout the week, that's random. See if I can get my light back here. And also, you still have time, because what time is it now? 5:32 my time, so it's 4:32 Central Standard Time. So you still have 2.5 hours. If you have a question, you can leave it on Jen or my community page. Leave it on Jen's, because she'll definitely check that one. Sometimes it's hard to go read both of them. So go, and if you still have a question you wanted to ask, you can go to her community page and do so. Still have some time, because we don't take questions from the chat during the stream. We take them from the community page during or before the stream. They're always fun. I mean, the world's heavy sometimes, because we get so inundated with negative this and horrible that's and so forth and so forth. But, watch it for entertainment purposes only. Don't watch it and become stressed out about it. We try to have some laughs. That's why we end with either a spirit message or a funny question. Like, the question doesn't really, it's not serious. It's not meant to be. It's meant to make you laugh before the stream goes off. So just have some fun with this thing. That's all I'm saying. Now, do you put the Bailey's creamer, or do you put Bailey's as in alcohol Bailey's? Because I don't really care for the taste of alcohol unless it's sweet. I like sugar, unfortunately. So it has to be girly. It has to be it has to be sweet. Like, I don't want anything savory tasting or anything. I don't like rum and hot buttered rum. That sounds awful. But it doesn't actually sound awful. It sounds fantastic, but that's not my get down. I don't want that kind of stuff. Yes, as Jay says, sometimes you need to laugh at shit when shit ain't funny. So it's pardon my language, but you just do. So have some fun with it, is what I'm saying. Oh yeah, I can't. I don't like the taste of alcohol. It's never been my thing. Not real alcohol. Like I said, you can give me the frou-frou drinks, as a friend of mine used to call them, sure. You can give me a pina colada or strawberry daiquiri or, something like that. But hot buttered rum, a whiskey, sour, I'm like, no. All that sounds like grown people drinks, and that ain't really something I do. No, see, as a food critic, you need to be a person who's willing to try everything. Uh-uh. I ain't putting everything in my mouth. Squids and oysters and slimy things and anything that come out the water, I'm not eating. I don't want exotic things. Don't give me no snake. No alligator. No. I don't want weird foods. Cows, turkeys, pigs, chickens. I'm missing one. Cows, turkeys, pigs, chickens, and something else. That's it. That's as far as I go. So he's well. Yeah, no, I know. Ain't nobody eating no chitlins though. Shh. I knew I didn't. Mind you, I've never had them. But there are some things you don't need to have to know you won't like it. And then they say, well, you don't really taste. They don't really taste like anything unless you season it a certain way or hot sauce it or whatever. I'm like, then why eat it? First off, you take literally the dirty part of this pig, boil it. After you had to clean it, like you missed the clean and the pine saw lady all in one, boil the crap out of it, literally, and then it don't taste like nothing? Yeah, no. No. And that's the thing. Why on earth you gonna eat something that smell like that? That's the no. Not for me. Not I, said the cat. Mm-mm. The dirtiest part. And then you boil it. After you have to spend all that time cleaning it, because it's literally full of crap. Then you got the pig ears, they eat that. Pig snoot, they eat that. Pig feet, they eat that. Pig tail, they eat that. No. I mean, I get it. You got 10 kids, you're going to eat everything. But no, that's not what I'm doing. My grandparents had 8 kids, so they ate everything. My mother would cook pig feet, but she wouldn't eat them. I think, though, she just knew how to cook everything, though. Because it wasn't for us, it was always for somebody else. And I think this looks horrible. These little feet and these little, 2 little protruding devil ears. This looks awful. And there's a lady, for those who know Ricky Smiley, the comedian, he has a YouTube channel where he goes and visits one of his friends. Is an old lady. Miss Janie is her name. She is a hoot. Like, if you want to laugh at somebody, she will make you laugh. I think she is 83 or something like that. And one of her famous lines, pardon my language for those sensitive, she say, didn't I tell you I ain't no hoe? I'm a bad bitch. She's in her 80s. But anyway, she cooks her greens and she seasons them with pigtails. I'm like, first of all, walk me through this process. You want some pigtails. What store are you going to to get pigtails. Like, I know, mind you, they're in Georgia. In the South, we sell everything because of somebody that want everything. Just like, I know they do it in other places, but if you go, you buy the catfish, sometimes they want you to leave the bone in the catfish because they fry the whole thing and they eat the whole thing, bones included. Because what you do is you, speaking of another cousin lady, Auntie Fee is where I first seen this. She cuts the fish, or she, I guess, fillet, I don't know, nothing about if it's filleted or what, but you basically cut it close to the bone, take the top half off, cut it close to the bone, take the bottom half off, and then you got the bone, but the bone still has meat on it. And so she fries it very, very hard, like it's extremely crunchy. That way you can crunch the bone. And so they eat all of the catfish, except the head. They take the head and they throw that away. See, I can't do prank calls because that's playing too much. That's the kind of thing that gets you beat up. Don't play on my phone. But they are a hoot. I just like her whole energy though. Miss Jamie is hilarious. If you ever look up his YouTube channel, watch any video with her in it. Now he did a prank on her too. I don't watch the prank anything. I think all of that is juvenile. I can't stand a prank, so I didn't watch that. Even though it's lighthearted and from the heart, I still can't. That drives me insane for you to trick somebody. I can't do that. And so all the rest of them though are hilarious. She has that old grandmama energy. She told him, come over, I'm gonna cook dinner, or I made lunch for you. So he drove to her house and she baked him or fried him some chicken fingers. I thought you was gonna like make some oxtails and this, and he's like, no, no, you get chicken fingers and potato wedges with some great value ketchup. She said, well, you gonna eat it today, so shut your mouth. It was hilarious. Donald Trump, if he left, here's my thing. If he left, seriously, truly left Walter Reed, then he wasn't sick. He got well in 2 days, day and a half. Is that what we saying? Okay. You go right ahead. You be well with your well self. I do remember that. I love Jesus, but I drink a little. He drank too. Wine ain't a sin. Getting drunk is a sin, according to them in their sin handbook. You can drink all you want to. As long as you don't get sloshed and do nothing crazy, then you'll be fine. I am not eating scraps out of no pig. I can't do it. It's just the nastiest thing. Jace and Adrian was off the chain. I just kind of go along with the show, that's all. I didn't have much to add. Yeah, I just seen a car, so there's a road up above here. I just seen it. So I don't know where the deer come from then. Oh, he left. Hi, Ron. He left to wave and then went back in. Okay. Wave to the cult members. Just let you know he's still alive. That's all. Oh, that is so fitting, though. But that is fun, though. For those who don't know, Jace Harnage in the chat has a channel where we go over, we shoot the breeze, you know, we talk a little mess and cuss a little. At least they do. I mean, they're so uncouth at times. It's quite disturbing. But what are you going to do? You know, good help is so hard to find. But it's really, he went on a McDonald's run. Oh, Lord. Oh, it's raining again. San told you it was following me. But it's fun on our little Saturdays. So he came out just to wave at the cult members, just so they know he's still ticking. And then he crawled back into the cave. Well, I shouldn't say cave, because Walter Reed's not a cave, but he crawled back into his hiding place. And I guess, his health is not really. I read some article that they've always been secretive about presidential health because it can cause. It's kind of like the alien thing to where some people can handle it, some people can't. So if you told the news, like for instance, I mean, we'll just use the actual example. If you tell the American people that Donald Trump has coronavirus, then half of them think he's going to die and the other half think he's going to be okay because all you need is thoughts and prayers. So I understand why they don't say anything a lot of times because it causes a stir. Like, you don't know how it affects him. You don't know his prognosis really. All you heard is he tested positive for COVID-19. When I said he has COVID 17 and a half, if he has anything, that he ain't got no COVID-19. But anyway, let's assume for the sake of argument he does. So he's got COVID-19. What does that mean? Does that mean he's doing well with his COVID-19? Does it mean he's doing awful with his COVID-19? That means he's on his deathbed? Does it mean that he's fine because he has better medical care than we do? Or what? What does it mean? And this is why they don't tell us everything because, it starts the crap show. And so I get it. Even though he is our employee, so we kind of should be able to know how he's doing. But, his inner circle and outer circle is full of sycophants. So what can you believe? Does he have COVID or does he have an excuse for something? Is it covert for something else? Does he have COVID or covert? And that's what we were discussing last night, me, Jason, Adrian, is what's the end game? Why do this if it's a hoax? To say that word. If it's a hoax, what's the end game? What's the end game? And again, if they knew Hope Hicks had the cough, why did you put her on that plane with arguably the most important person in the world? It makes no sense. I don't understand. Make it make sense. And that's another thing, Mystery Achiever. Like, why go out and tell the whole world, including Putin, that your leader is ill? This is something else, is all I'm saying. Even if he has all the COVIDs from 1 to 19, why say it? This is a person who won't admit why he went to Walter Reed in the first place a long time ago. Now he has the thing that's killed 210,000 people. Now he admits to being sick. And mind you, what does this make? What does this do for your spin everything I say news network? Because now what? What are they supposed to do now? They kept trying to say this is not that bad. They said it was a hoax too. That all you need to do is this, and take your hydroxychloroquine and your fish bowl cleaner. Like take all these little things, these supplements, your prayers, and go to school. And these churches say they got all the cures for you, and they lay hands on you, assalamu alaikum, and all this. Like everybody's got a cure now, all of a sudden. But what does it do for you? You kept trying to play it down, and now you come out and say you have it. So which is it? What's it going to be? Do you have it or do you not? Is it bad or is it not? Is it serious or is it not? That's my thing. Even if you got it, how are you going to spend this to where now it's not dangerous? You are supposed to be protected. You're the most protected person in the world, right? So, what? What's going on? What chance do the regular people have? Or are you just full of crap? Are you the snake oil salesman? So, there you go. But again, you believe what you want to believe. I ain't trying to tell you what to believe. And every psychic in the world and every psychic on YouTube has been wrong at some point. So there is no shame in getting it wrong. So if he's got it, he's got it. If he does not, he does not. This is not supposed to be life changing for us. But here's another thing. If you pull cards and your cards say no, then go with no. If you pull cards and your cards say yes, go with yes. That's it. Don't scour for somebody else to try to tell you what it means. If it say yes to you, then it's yes. If it say no to you, then it's no. Everybody on YouTube got something different than me on Jeffrey Epstein. I don't care about that either. I'm not gonna make it up just because everybody else got something different. That wouldn't make any sense. I don't think he has it. Like at all. I think he's full of crap. But again, we go back to the unanswered question. What is the end game? Why put this info out there? And why the conflicting reports? One said, oh, he's doing well. One says, oh, it's a precaution. One says, oh, these next 48 hours are crucial because of his age and his weight and his... Does anybody know? Like, Who's telling the truth now? Because now we have a spider web of rhetoric. Like, what does it even mean? It makes zero sense. Like, I don't get the end result. Like, what do you want at the end of this? What are you hoping to accomplish? And I know she's just the first lady, but what about her? What about Hope? I'm not asking him. What about the media? Why aren't y'all covering those people? Chris Christie, who's got asthma, as well as 9 stomachs hanging off the front of him. What about him? I mean, I understand that more than anybody when you're fat and you can't breathe. So now what? What are you going to do? You walk around looking like Krispy Kreme donuts, so I know you got some issues. A whole bunch of them. Why he anywhere? You got it, your wife got it, your girlfriend got it. Like, explain to me how that works. And then they told everybody. And mind you, I just read this today. I didn't know what the connection was because again, I didn't watch the debates. But it said that Chris Christie was the one who was helping him with the debates. He had gastric bypass and he's still fat. I mean, I know it don't cure you, but he too big. And you had stomach surgery. Okay. But what's the end result? Is what I want to know. And Rudy's negative. Rudy say he tested negative. Chris Crispy. I keep calling him Chris Crispy. Krispy Kreme, he tested positive. So, how? How is it Hope got it, Melania got it, Baron don't, Crispy got it, Rudy don't? How? I mean, everybody ain't got the same contact. Okay, fine. But if Krispy Kreme got it and he was coaching, then Giuliani should have it too. And Krispy Kreme say he in the hospital right now too, as a precaution, because he wasn't feeling well. Or after the diagnosis of the other people, he decided to get checked out or whatever the case was. Okay. Good for you. But I want to know, again, once more in the game, what's the end game? What do you want to come out of all of this? That's what I want to know. Because, again, here's what I want to know. How are you going to beat the statute of limitations if you just want a way out? I think the statute of limitations is 5 years, which means he would need to get reelected to beat the statute of limitations. If you leave early, then you do not get the statute of limitations beaten. Instead, you get indicted and charged because they're waiting on you. Mueller already told them he committed a crime. He's just not going to be the one to press the charges. Number two, if he wants a pardon from Mike Pence, pardon what? He hasn't been charged with anything. Because remember, they didn't want to charge a sitting president. Now, if he gets one of these futuristic, I'm pardoned for everything in the world type things, okay, fine. But Mike Pence cannot help you with state charges. And you are not getting a pardon from Andrew Cuomo under zero circumstances. So I ask again, what is the end game? That's what I want to know. What do you hope to gain or accomplish by this? What do you want? Because he's kind of, he's like the rest of the reality stars and the Kardashians and the housewives and all this. They do everything in the world for attention. So, so what do you want out of this? And he October surprised himself. Yeah, that could be too. Because mind you, from the beginning, free press is everywhere. Because everything that came out that child's mouth was covered by somebody. Now, ain't nobody talking about Biden. Everybody's talking about him. But I don't think that matters because at this point, you should know who you're voting for. And who driving him around when he got a disease? Like, I don't know. If he kicks the bucket, that would be poetic justice, just not actual justice. But they'll charge him with something. But will he ever go to jail? I don't think so. Now, Ivanka and them boys might. But him, I don't think so. I don't think so. That's what I think too, Pierre, is like, why are you driving him around? If he just had prison pallor or had some sort of cooped up syndrome, let him walk around outside. But what are you driving him around for? Now it feels like a stunt. But again, that's what I think it is anyway. You got no damn coronavirus. That ain't what the cards say. That ain't what I say. I don't believe it. I don't get it. It was a hoax, and now you got it. I stay ready. I told them earlier, I'm walking off my hot chocolate. That's what I'm doing. I'm super fat today. I ate spaghetti and chicken nuggets. They don't even go together, and I ate both of them. And then I had sweet potato pie. I was just extra fat today. And then I had a cup of cocoa. I told them I put the cocoa in the milk, right? And then she sent me the peppermint sticks, which I told you have the greatest smell in the world. You is speeding. You need 2 tickets. And so they have the greatest smell in the world. So I put the peppermint, one peppermint in the cup so it can like dissolve with the hot milk. And then I took another one and then like stirred it around. Now the cup is big, so it didn't go to the bottom, but I stirred it around in there just so the flavor can dissolve in the hot milk too. And then I drank that one, but there's like cocoa residue all still in the cup. So I just poured more milk on there and stirred that in and boiled that too. I'm drinking the out of that cocoa. It is so fantastic. And I told Adrian and Jace this too. We had Mexican food yesterday. And so, when you go out to get anywhere, anything to eat, that's all you smell because, it was fresh and so forth and so forth. But so I had the Mexican stuff all on the table in the room, sitting right next to the cocoa in the room. I went out the room downstairs, get the bottle of water because you got to have you some water. That was my healthy part of the meal. So I go back in, all you smell is cocoa. I don't smell a Mexican nothing. Like all you smell is cocoa. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good, and it was. And I'm finna drink some tonight. So is. I tried the cocoa and coffee. I told y'all that the other day. It is, it's relaxing. I mean, I ain't gonna be out here much longer. I'm losing the light anyway. And the dog walker's starting to come out, so I need to go anyway. Oh my God, it's so much better than the Swiss Miss and all the other ones. Because that's what I had, was the Swiss Miss when I tried it in the coffee. This is so much better. Like, beyond so much better. Well, why? It must have, you know, crack cocaine or something in it, but it's addictive and it's delicious. But, oh, I'm working on a project. I need to find a place to get it done. And then if I get it done, then I'll send it on to you. But I'm working on a project. I just need to find a place that will do it. No, they said, Connie, he just came out to wave to his supporters. They were just driving him around. Because I'm like, if this mother trucker going back to the White House, then can't nobody nowhere tell me he was sick. Because he didn't get well in 2 days. On nobody planet. With underlying issues, you got COVID-19 and well in 2 days, get out of here. You go in for gallbladder surgery, they keep you for 15 million days, and you got COVID-19 and get out in two? Okay. And what you doing waving tours for? Go sit behind down somewhere. Okay. That's y'all president. I can't. I can't and I ain't. Lord Jesus. It's the worst person on earth. Where's Keith Overman? Yeah, he went and waved to all his cult members, as Gene says. Yeah, I like that they took over the Proud Boys hashtag. Like that hashtag. I think hashtag Proud Boys is like a bunch of stories from the LGBT community now. He's from hell. Well, he's from a storybook or a storyline. That's where he's actually from. Because Donald Trump is just a character. It's not a real person. Well, that you see is not a real person. That's a character. I want Lord to have actual mercy. He's speeding again. He just don't want to go slow at all, do you? It's all right. Yeah, we're in his head movies. Unfortunately, somebody out here believed it. That's another thing. Why is he not quarantined? Now, in his little video, he said he could quarantine and this and that, but he's like, no, I got to be out in front. I'm a leader. No, a leader would not be putting other people in danger. Not like that, needlessly. That's y'all president. I can't. Probably. He going to the donut shop, like I said in the last one. That's where you get the powder from. That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to be quarantined. And so, just like Hope, we're not going to follow protocol at all. Like at all. Y'all better bark. Now here's another question. Um, I don't believe he has a body double. Who would sign up for that? Did he not have a mask on when he was in the car? Okay, well at least he had a mask on. But I keep saying that too. He mocks Joe Biden for having a mask on. Anyway, why are you not quarantined? We shall not see you nor hear from you for 2 weeks. So either you get better or you die. Point blank, period. If you sick, you should be quarantined. This is how you apparently got sick because you were around someone who was not quarantined. So either you really are going to the donut shop or you're just faking for national attention, international attention, or stalling because now ain't nobody talking about your money. And that's another thing too. I forget which reader said it, but I wish the media, I think it was one of y'all in the comments actually, I wish the media would stop following the squirrel, the flashing light. Follow the story. Everybody in the world has been wanting to look at his finances. You get a little glimpse, you should still be talking about that. Hell, you should still be talking about the wall. That's what he started with. To be honest, that's what we should be talking about. Where's the money for the wall? Where's the repairs? Where's the progress? Where's anything? Did you go get you a lock? Did you go get you a sign from Kinko's? What did you get for the millions of dollars you took? What did you buy? Where's the receipt? Where's my change? You bought 2 lemonades and an iced tea. I gave you $20. Where's my change? That's what I want to know. But nope, let's follow the squirrel and the flashing light. Now, mind you, this is a big story. But if you think he's faking, if you think it's true, okay, boom, we reported it. Let's go back to what we were talking about. How about let's go over to Puerto Rico and let's talk about FEMA. Let's talk about the government's efforts there. Storm season ain't over. Let's talk about that. Your administration has done zero. Virgin Islands, let's talk about that. Or, like I said, where's my change? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Russians putting out hits on our soldiers, and you did nothing about that either. Like, him and his COVID, okay, fine. You go do your quarantine thing, give us an update whether he's dead or not. And then let's talk about this other stuff. And Joe Biden need to quit trying to be nice and weak sauce. Put them ads back up. All of them. Keep that same energy. He's the same person. I don't care how tasteless it seems. He's still the same person. If you had something negative to say about him in the beginning, it's still true. Whether he got COVID, whether he got AIDS, it is still true. Put it back up there. Because they need to hear it. There's way too many people that thinks he's still a good idea. I'm walking past the Trump sign now. Way too many people who thinks he's still a good idea. Put the ad back up. Tell them about the 210,000 that died from his hoax. Tell these people how he didn't protect his troops. You're their commander. And yet your pimp from overseas told you to look the other way and you did. That disqualifies you right there. You cannot be a commander in chief and you are not a commander. Your job is not just to tell them where to go. Their welfare is your priority too. But I mean, what are we really talking about? This is Trump. So it's not like any of this is surprising. That is not a dog, that is a horse. A horse. Yes, Commander in Chaos. That's it. That is it. Who's going to do anything about it? That's up to us. Our government failed us this time around, so it's up to us. It's still our country, whether we believe it or not, so we must do something about it. It is up to us. We must be our own hero. It is a horse. It's a Great Dane, I will tell you, but I don't want to put people on camera that didn't ask to be, but it's it's this high. It's a horse. What time is it? 6:30. Okay. I'm going in the house then. Going in the house, go and fix my chocolate, cards, which I never do, and myself. So I will see y'all in an hour and a half or so. Bye bye.